Angela Briggs, and our Jefferson County Post Player of the Week, Logan Hayes. Logan, thanks for coming on with us.
Thanks for having me.
Logan, in the opening week of baseball season this week, went 5 of 10 from the plate, along with 4 doubles and 4 RBIs. Also got the win on the mound against Morristown West on Tuesday night, 4-3. He pitched a complete game with 7 strikeouts and allowing only 3 hits. Logan, it has to be fun getting 2 wins this week.
Yes, it was. I think Tuesday's game, we were looking for revenge after the 1-0 loss on Monday, and my team had my back and I had their back, and I trusted in my catcher and my pitching coach to make the right calls.
Mm-hmm. You talked a little bit about your catcher, Royster, being behind the plate. Really does a good job back there. Is that a little bit of confidence booster for all pitchers when Royster's back there?
Yeah, I think it is, especially after last year being his first year. It's kind of rough, but now he's got a ton of confidence back there, and I believe in him.
Yeah. Moving forward, I guess for you, being a Maryville College commit, why Maryville College?
Well, they're giving me the opportunity to come in as a freshman, and they believe that I could probably start as a freshman, and I believe that's huge for me, and just wanting to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Logan, you guys had a tough 1-0 loss to West at home in extra innings that, a couple breaks didn't go your way. Tuesday night on the mound, what was really your mindset going into that game against some good hitters from West?
My mindset was, I guess, to shove it. And my team had my back, I had their back, and we came up in key situations. Unlike Monday, we didn't really score in key situations, and we left runners out there. But Tuesday, we came up clutch.
You spoke a little bit about the loss on Monday, it being a 1-0 loss in extra innings to a guy that's going to the University of Tennessee, a high-profile kid out of this area. Was that a confidence booster, or you guys felt like, no, we really wouldn't have win that game?
I guess kind of both. It was really a confidence booster, especially from last year, because last year we probably just would have gave up and we wouldn't have cared. And especially on Tuesday when we got down 2-0, we probably would have just laid down. But we're here to compete, and especially going up against one of the best pitchers in the league, it gave us huge confidence.
Only been able to win 10 ball games last season. I know Coach Cox talked to you guys after the win at West. Talked a little bit about getting down 2-0 and the mindset being last year's team would have folded. Yeah. How do you feel like the mindset is moving forward of the whole baseball team as a whole, not just Logan, but as a whole? And how do you feel like this team is different from last year's?
Last year's team, I guess, I don't want to say it, but yeah, we were inexperienced, and I guess we kind of didn't trust each other. And this year, we have a lot more confidence, especially after facing these guys, and we didn't lose anybody from last year. So I guess we're kind of more gelled together and everything, and we go into each game knowing what we have to go up against because we went through it last year.
With the addition of Coach Monroe on the staff, he seems like a different attitude kind of guy. He doesn't really match the attitude of the rest of the coaches on the staff. Is that something that's kind of carried over to the team as far as like a different type of attitude?
Yes, because Coach Monroe is not going to sugarcoat anything to you. He's going to be straight up, and I think that's big, and he helps us out hitting wise, and he just gives us confidence because he wants us to go out there and punch everybody in the mouth.
The win against Halls on Thursday night, big win for you guys. Last year, lost a couple games to them by 1 run. Was able to beat them pretty handily this time around. Again, is that confidence this early in the season? Especially for a younger team like your all's.
Yeah, it's huge confidence. We have a lot more confidence at the plate too, and I do too. And we're going up there looking for fastballs, and we're getting them, and we're taking advantage of it.
Yeah. Now, moving forward, spring break is this week for you guys. You guys get to play during spring break. Is that something you want to do, or would you rather be off like the rest of the school?
Oh no, I'd much rather be playing, and we're going down to Ooltewah. We'll be facing some very tough competition and a lot of high caliber teams that's really going to test us this season.
Yeah.
You guys are going down to Ooltewah with some good baseball down there. What in your mind would be a good record coming out of that tournament?
Well, I want to go 4-0, but 3-1 would be really good. 2-2 maybe, but I mean we're going to face some high caliber teams that's going to test us, like Sevier County and South Goal, and everybody's going to do. And I think it's just going to be huge if we come out with some wins.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Sevier County. I guess everybody assumes that they are going to win this conference,
Mm-hmm.
and while they are a very talented baseball team, you have to thrive off playing against teams like Sevier County.
Yes, it's the same way against Morristown West. We wanted to thrive off Heflin because we knew who's going to try to bring it against us, and we knew who's going to try to shove the fastball by us. But we got some pretty big hits, but we just didn't advance on it. But Sevier County, I guess we're gonna be ready because nobody expects us to beat them, and nobody expects us to beat a lot of teams. But we're here to compete this year, and we're gonna be big.
Talk about competing. That when I had Coach Cox on the show, that was his main emphasis was you guys competing. Is that something that he's preached to you guys during the off season and now that the season has started?
That's been preached to us since day one, even from last year. But we didn't really buy into it last year. But this year, going into it, we're a lot more confident, and we're trying to compete and win every single day because we want to be in the postseason runnings.
Yeah. Talk a little bit about getting better each and every day. What's the mindset at practice for Logan Hayes? This being your senior year at Jefferson County, what is the mindset set during practice during a baseball game?
Mindset during practice and stuff, I don't want anybody to beat me. I want to go out there and I want to be the best. I want to hit the best. I want to field the best. And I just want to be the best, totally. And last year, I guess, it kind of didn't matter to me because I knew, hey, I got my senior year. But now that I know it's going to be coming to an end, I just want to be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Mike said that now that you're a senior, what do you think is different from last year as you were a junior? What do you think, did your job change any on the team or your role change any as a senior now? What differs from last year to this year as a junior or a senior?
I guess I kind of have the same role, but last year I really didn't take it upon myself to lead the team, and I didn't do so hot. But now, this year, unlike last year, I have a lot more confidence, and confidence is key, and we're all playing together right now, and I guess I'm trying to lead this team, and we're trying to lead this team. And we all
You talked a little bit about you guys leading this team. Talk a little bit about Malik, about Kyle, the other seniors on this team, and the legacy that you guys want to leave here.
Oh, we want to go out with a bang. We want to try to make it to the state finals, and we're going to lay it on the line every single day because we know that we're not going to get to play baseball in high school that much longer, and we just want to compete and we want to beat everybody.
Mm-hmm. You talk about talk a little about Matt Bradley. He opened the season, him being a young arm, being the ace, if you will, of this staff. Talk a little bit about Matt and what he brings to the table.
Matty B. I love the kid to death, and I've tried to take him under my wing, and he just has to let some stuff go that usually gets in his head. But when he's on, he's on, and he brings a lot of confidence to our team when he's on the mound because we believe he can do it.
Yeah. Again, going back to seniors, maybe say a word about Silver, just the different demeanor that he brings, different attitude that he brings, whether it's at third base or he's behind the plate for a couple games or anything. It seems like he might be your all's motivator on the field.
Yeah, I mean he's probably the smallest kid on the team, but he's probably one of the toughest and one of the scrappiest guys on the field and off the field, and I don't mess with him, and nobody else does, and he's always right there behind us, and he always comes up clutch for us.
Logan, you can go a little personal. What's your favorite baseball player and baseball team?
I guess I would have to go to the Atlanta Braves. Just I guess that's
The hometown team?
yeah around here.
Yeah.
I would assume so. My favorite player is probably Andrelton Simmons, or actually I'll go with Dustin Pedroia because he's like in the same position I am. He's not very big, but he goes out there and plays big. Like he's gonna own everybody, and he swings the stick and fields very well.
As an athlete, what makes you tick and love the game of baseball?
Just the competition and the adrenaline that gets flowing, especially in games like West on Monday and Tuesday when there's a nail biter, and I love to live for the big moments I never watched.
Logan, thanks for coming on with us. Logan Hayes, our Jefferson County Post Player of the Week. Thank you, Logan.
Thank you.
We'll switch over now to softball in a 10-0 defeat Monday against Farragut. Farragut's going to have a great team this season, but still yet only 4 hits with 5 errors. It's you're not going to beat very many people.
Yeah, you're not going to beat many people when you have 5 errors in a game. That's just unacceptable, and can't expect to be in any game with errors like that, and only having 4 hits also.
Yeah, Leslie Eldon was on the mound in that game. Did a fabulous job. Just when you have errors behind you, especially as a pitcher, you kind of lose sight of the.
Yeah, and you don't get any confidence from that because you know if you make the other team put the ball in play, your team's not going to back you up and catch it.
Mm-hmm. So you're striving for a strikeout all the time rather than just. I mean, even your little league coach will tell you, let him hit the ball, let him hit the ball.
Let your defense make plays.
Right. Well, as you can see, when you make errors, it's more difficult to do that.
Yeah.
Then fast forwarding to Thursday, a 2-0 setback to conference rival Seymour. Seymour's at the top of the league every year, so pretty good outing. Again, just couldn't get the bats going, and that's been their Achilles heel so far this season is that they cannot seem to get the bats going, especially against two good teams early in the season.
Yeah, you can credit your pitcher for holding in a good team like Seymour to 2 runs. That's a good job, but if you can't get the bats going and you can't score, then there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, I spoke a little bit to Hillary yesterday, and she was mind-boggled. She couldn't understand how come the bats were not coming around. Of course, Shelby Winstead, this being her final season, she's a leader on this team. Had a off-the-wall double against Seymour Thursday. Great hit. It ended up getting thrown out at third. On that, I mean, they're just not getting breaks right now. That's something that they're going to have to do if they're going to be successful this year.
Yeah, stuff's got to go their way. The ball's got to bounce their way for them to win.
Yeah. Now we'll move over on the other spring sport this spring being soccer. Soccer started out the season with a 1-1 tie to Knox Catholic, which was a good start for them. Knox Catholic, of course, being a private school, they have a good soccer program as well. Then started conference play with a 10-1 win over Cott County. It seems like they beat Cott County pretty handily, whether it be girls soccer or boys soccer.
Yeah, the girls beat them 22-0, I believe. That was the score, and the boys 10-1. Definitely a good conference start for them.
Yeah, well, Gio Morales had a few goals in that game. I think he had 2 goals in that game, and of course he's the kicker on the football team.
Yeah.
You always talk about a good kicker on a football team being a player on a soccer team at least, but Gio's really their leader, and he also was a leader on the football field as well.
Yeah, if you definitely go watch a soccer game, you can see that he's the leader of that team. He's always out there talking to the players, and he's loud, letting everybody know what's going on. Yeah,
another guy is Grant Seal, another two-sport athlete who plays on the basketball team. He's a leader as well on that team. Scored a couple of goals. Actually had a few goals taken away from him the other night by a teammate. The ball was rolling close to the net, and Nate quesadilla would would kick it the rest of the way in as it was rolling in. So it was kind of funny. Nate kind of looks, Grant kind of looks at him and was like, "Really, man?" So that was kind of funny. Also, they're playing right now in the Smoky Mountain Cup up in Gatlinburg. They lost 1-0 to Heritage last night. Played earlier this morning and defeated Gatlinburg Pittman 6-1. And I'm sure Coach Shonway is pleased with that because Gatlinburg Pittman ordinarily has a decent soccer team as well. So as it stands right now, they are 2-1 on the season. Always have to get that third number in there in soccer because they do have ties. A great start for the soccer team though, scoring 16, 17 goals in the first 3 or 4 games. That's got to be a confidence booster for them.
Oh yeah, that's really unheard of for a soccer team to score that many goals in 4 games,
Mm-hmm.
and that's definitely got to be a big confidence booster for them, like you said.
Yeah. Now moving forward to this week, it is spring break at Jefferson County High School. I know baseball will play this week. They travel to a tournament. I think they return home. Or no, they play at home before they go to that tournament. That's what it is on Thursday, and then of course other sports will be off this week, it being spring break. So you as fans get to sit at home more this week. You don't have to get out. For Andrew Briggs, I'm Mike Stanley. Thank you guys for watching.